Okay, go ahead.
All right.
How you doing?
Good.
Joe Lisbon, Chairman of the Town of Lisbon. Welcome back.
Thank you.
So Tom Goodix and I, we kind of the impetus who started this with this agreement, trying to work something out. The leach property, which the Town of Lisbon unfortunately owns, is a big driving force between us trying to get water on that side of town. We need to get water there for our TIF. We are going to put one water source in, as you've all heard already tonight. Lannon has one water source. When we're done with this, if we're separate, we're each going to have one water source. We're a town. Everybody knows how much it sucks being a town. Borders are not always secure. Hence, border agreements. So we're trying to get this done so that we can secure our borders, we can get this water system in. I know the DP document says this is in perpetuity, but hopefully they're going to be incorporated at some point. We'll be coming back to that too. So we'll see again. But we really want to push this through as far as the water system. I know there's five different options that are in reality. I think Tom would agree with me. There's one option on there, and that's for Lannon and Lisbon to work together to join the system. Whether it's the interconnect or whether it's a joint system, I probably feel it's probably going to be a joint system. But that's really the question. Everybody's going to study things to death, and that's what you got to put money into because you can't just determine where it's going to go. So, I mean, I just want to address a little bit of that as far as the studies, and the agreement says we have to study this. Well, yeah, you have to study it because it wasn't going to be ready in time for this, I guess. But I think we've moved along quite a bit. We know where it's going to go. In fact, we just were talking with the school board president about possibly getting water to the Willow Springs area, which is right along there. So, I mean, that's already building up on the system and such. It's nice to be able to work with Lannon. It's really nice to be able to work with Merton. Two great communities. We get along really well. I just hope we can continue to do that. You guys will approve this document. So thank you.
Thank you. Lannon, any concluding comments?
Yes. I'm Tom Goodix. I'm Village President of Lannon. I want to thank you guys for coming here for this hearing. I want to thank all the citizens that showed up. And I also want to really thank Joe Osborne and Town of Lisbon for cooperating us on this water. And to give you a little back up the history, how this water agreement stuff started, I started talking to them because I had a lot of residents asking me about what do we do with our leaves, what do we do with our brush, because land isn't big enough. In the past, when I was on the fire department 8 years back, we had a brush pile in Village Hall, we burnt it, but that's frowned on today. So we want to get on their compost, and we need to have a road department, we need potholes patched, so I want to get an agreement going on that. And then this water thing popped up where we found E. coli in the school, and guess what? My grandson's going to that school. So, and it wasn't just because of my grandson, but I mean, it's personal. So we had to get the school water taken care of. Now we got to get the rest of the residents that aren't on water in Lannon. Because all the new homes, the $500,000 homes and condos, are all going to be on municipal water. When the power's off, they can flush their toilets, take a shower. We got a fire hydrant. There's a lot of advantages, but then the lower income people aren't going to have that stuff. So I apologize. I laser focused on the water and kind of forgot about the other stuff, even though that is important. But where my brush and leaves go isn't as important, and the roads are going to get fixed when I dig up the roads to put water pipes in. That'll solve that short term. So I apologize, but I'll work on that in the next couple of days as far as the rest of the agreement. Thank you.
One more time. Sure. The reason why this is so important that this happens now, leave is happening now. It's not happening in 6 months or a year. We are in the process. I was just there negotiating with developers today before I came here. So we're going to be doing this in spring. They're doing this now also, and it's a real concern now. And we need this agreement so that both communities are on the same page to do this. So resubmitting the agreement and starting over, and we're running out of time in that area. So that's why I asked that you don't deny it. I mean, if something we need to change in it, we'll do it. We'll take care of it. We'll make this a good agreement that gets approved. Thank you.
Thank you. And I don't believe there's anyone left from the subject, yes?
Excuse me. I don't know if I mentioned that I did a pre-approval for a USDA grant to get our water system in, and I'm doing the final approval tomorrow. And I hope to have water to 200 more customers in Lannon by this time next year. So I mean that's how critical it is that we get this taken care of.
Thank you. Sir, did you have any kind of slip you'd like to turn in?
Sorry, I'm late.
Oh, no, you're not late at all. It's a come and go as you please on the hearing. So, Joe, if you'd like to spell your name for the court reporter?
MENTZER. I'm a resident of the town of Lisbon. I've been a resident for over 25 years. And I just wanted to come by and support this agreement with the town of Lisbon. I'm glad we're working out good, solid, workable agreements with our neighbors. I've watched the area grow over 25 years. Lived here 25, been bumming out here for 30 because my wife grew up out here. And everything changes, and I understand it. I'm just glad we're able to negotiate with these people, the town of Lannon and the town of Merton, as equals. And there isn't the supremacy exercise that a village could on a township. It's done friendly and on an even playing field. So I'm all for it. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, that is all the public testimony slips we have right now. So again, we will stand informal. We will be here until 7 p.m. You can